where would you start for somebody who's like, man, I don't have a playbook or a process for managing cross sales, upsells?
Yep. This is funny. This episode should be, or this theme, CMO, is processes touches everything and everyone, everywhere. I'm kidding. Non-sexually, depending on what line of work you're in. I don't know. There's certain industries where it can be sexual. But nonetheless, it's process, right? It comes down to extreme. So if there's left of deal, right, or left of activation, left of completion, whatever you want to call it, prior to it hitting pipeline and being like a sales qualified, working it through an opportunity and a deal. Then there's right of, right? That is everything from opportunity on the table through contract won and closed. There is post, right? There's post contract won, right? And there should be process there for account management, whomever the account management might be, where it is their duty to manage the expectations of what you have already sold them. But two, if you're doing proper account management and you're actually there to help the client, you should be able to have the data that finds the other gaps in the organization that your other solutions can plug into. And if you have a good enough and a tight enough process and you're close enough to the client and they trust you, that's a really easy conversation to bring up. Hey, in our case, Apex revenue, right? We might sell someone into phone ready leads, right? Where they get access to this premium scored data, 30% connect rates. It's amazing. SDRs should love this because they're having conversations every 3 calls instead of every 33 calls. The upsell to that could be, okay, we get in there, they're using the reps, they're consuming the data, let's just say their conversions on the calls, because they're having so many of them, are not great. Well, that is a place to step in and offer sales training or sales management to some degree and offer there. If you find out that they're not following up, they're not doing the things, then that definitely means that there needs to be an offer pushed for, hey, something's not going on well with the leadership management side of things. Let's install our leadership management type of offer. If you are close enough to the problem and you are listening and you are watching and you are account managing the way account management is meant to be done, then that is an organic conversation. That is not a combative conversation. It's not one that you should shy away from. I think far too many people get into this, well, I sold them and I don't want to rock the boat. It's like, well, buddy, they hired you to solve a big problem and now you're identifying the next big problem, right? We are in the game of solving problems sequentially. We may not solve them all today. It probably doesn't make sense and no one's going to necessarily throw all the money at you for all the solutions you have. But eventually your goal should be to go get more and more wallet share, not because you're greedy, not because you just want to have higher LTV, that's obviously byproducts, but because you truly want to solve more and more problems for that organization. You are the best fit for that. And this also goes another way. Complete straight profit margin, no delivery required, is find problems your company doesn't solve and go find solution providers and say, hey, I noticed your tech stack is broken. I've got devs here and here that can really help tighten this process up and get you the data you need. You want me to make an introduction? That is valuable to the client. It gets them used to you upselling or cross-selling them, even though you didn't cross-sell them into your org. You cross-sell them into some other solution, have a referral agreement, get straight profit back in a referral agreement, and you've maintained the relationship, made more money, helped the client further, and you've continued this process of upsell and cross-sell in an organic way because you're trying to be helpful.